I have to hate my painting so much that I'm free. I'm like liberated and I don't like it anymore, so I can like be visceral and not and free from like insecurity and just work from my gut. The first line of my artist statement is that, and my mom had told me with this, is that my words are, I'm not good at talking about art, and I'm not good at reading or writing, so there's like a lack of truthfulness when I speak about art.
I think Ben has an issue expressing himself, so it's funny, I don't know if he told you about this, but his college essay to get into school, and I thought this was right on the money, was about how he found a way to express himself through a paintbrush, and that's why he got in everywhere.
I think the best artists take inspiration that is in front of them.
I don't know, he's creative and like he kind of does what he wants. Can you stop, Ben? He's filming me.
Nope.
I said that wrong.
You got that. That's my inspiration. It's just, you have the best material always in front of you. It's what you experience when people write about themselves or do art about things that are in front of them. Not drawing from life, but things they're experiencing.
I like his art. I probably have less of an appreciation for painting than most people, at New Paltz at least. But I like his art a lot. I think it's funny. Not like laughing at his work, but I think he does a good job of his faces are really funny. He has people with like these sad or confused or dumb expressions, and I think they're funny.
I think Ben is an unbelievable artist. I think he's a very, very unique hand. I think Ben has it. I went to art school and I know those people that had it and those people that just didn't. I was the one that didn't, but I at least knew that. I think Ben has a very unique hand, but it's all the Ben-ness. It's all the like accumulation of his, you know, anxiety and his insecurities, and it's just all in that line.
My family has a lot to do with the way that I work. I always need like my mom's approval to find what is right and wrong, which is a bad thing. But I grew up in her Chinaware store in Manhattan, and there's portraitures everywhere, and she's collected thrift art her entire life. So that's been very influential, and I've always painted portraitures. But my teacher, Amy Chang, talked about there's this moment as an artist where you really kind of understand what is good and taste, and it's something you can't really speak about. It's just something a feeling you get when you see a piece of work, and I always feel like that taste has been manifested from my mom. She is like a template for thinking that I've really watched her use, and then I use in my own work.
Ben was a very engaged student. He was extremely interested in art, and in every type of art, in art history, He spoke in class, and he came to see me to seek guidance in his research paper, and he was very engaged. He was a wonderful student.
We took art class together in junior year in high school, and he kind of took the class seriously and would talk to the teacher. And in our senior year, he would always ask us if we wanted to draw. He's like, yeah, we can use my mom's stuff and we can draw, and none of us ever did. But
he had a form of listening through drawing, though, that was very interesting and certainly is important for his great passion for drawing. And throughout the class, he would often fill up pages with his sketches, and at first I was a little annoyed until he finally explained to me that it helped him to concentrate and to think, to draw while he was listening to the class. And so that ended up working out well for him, and he excelled in the class.
I think the most accurate glimpse into the head of Ben is his notebooks. I don't know if he showed you his notebooks. Yeah, I love his notebooks. I mean, they're those immediate sketches that he does. I think that's Ben. That's the essence of him.
So let me have a moment with my art and material.
Drawing is, I feel like, much more visceral, and I think it's the highest form of, for me, of like finding some kind of feeling that I'm trying to get out of it. It's just because it's an empty page, so it's really, there's a lot of room for freedom. Drawing's my favorite.
Throughout history, drawing has really been a way for artists to most directly express themselves on paper and to the world. It is, as a medium, is more direct than other forms such as printmaking or sculpture or even painting, in which you have to wait for the paint to dry before you can move forward. So drawing is easy to revise. Sometimes those revisions and those kinds of marks are left on the page, and I see that in some of Ben's work in drawing, and that gives you the artist's mind on the page, that appearance of revision and transformation over time as an artist is working on a sketch or on an idea on paper. And you see that in Ben's work, that kind of liveliness, that sense of process, and that directness that you get from the sense of process that is so, for many artists, is an important aspect of drawing as a medium.
My favorite artist is Jean-Michel Basquiat, and he died at 28. He was in the 80s. He's really famous, and he's an African-American artist who is bigger than ever right now. He's dead, and he's the only artist who, it seems like, had more fun than anyone else painting. And the way he works is the way that I want to work, like 32 hours in the studio. It's not work. People say he has such a great work ethic, and he didn't. He quit all his jobs. He always got fired. But when it came to art, it wasn't work. You just keep working. So I feel that way too. Homework has never been homework for me.
Ben looks at color, he looks at composition. Ben looks at the world always the way an artist does. I mean, Ben is always pointing things out that nobody would ever see. And he looks at the world differently. He just sees it differently. He found a way to express himself through a pencil and through paint. And I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, he's obsessed, I think. He paints all the time, and I think right now he's always doing pottery, ceramics. He's doing ceramics. He's always in the building. So I guess he's passionate.
Ben doesn't have a passion about marketing himself, and that's the sign of a true artist too. He's really interested in art. I mean, he's the real deal.
I want to stand behind my paintings, and I don't want to talk. Painting for me is the most genuine pursuit of self-discovery. When I'm painting, I feel as though I'm doing something real, which is a primary concern, to be in a place of utmost sincerity. My objective is to paint in a first thought. That is a place where risk-taking and diving into the unknown happens. Beyond that, I know I am painting for others and less for myself.
I think Ben's got some serious issues in other ways, and I'm afraid that might be a hurdle for him. Sometimes I think Ben's more of an outsider artist, and someone has to discover him. I think I'm concerned with how he would market himself, and unfortunately that's a big part of being an artist. I think Ben's just the real deal, and hopefully somebody would find that. Of course, he thinks I'm going to be the Theo to his Van Gogh, and I actually have a day job, but who knows?